This is boring, but it will double your revenue faster than anything else. Most entrepreneurs think that the secret to growth is more content, more funnels, more followers. But the real reason that your business feels stuck isn't that you're not working hard enough. It's that you're ignoring the simplest, most powerful lever of all. And in this episode, I'm going to show you what it is, why it works, and how pulling it could double, even triple your revenue almost overnight. I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs this year, both my private clients, those inside my inner circle and my accelerator, those of you on YouTube, or those of you that message me on Instagram, and just friends that are entrepreneurs. And this year has been a hard year for a lot of business owners. There have been changes in the algorithm. There have been more people flooding every niche possible. There have been disruptions because of AI, all kinds of things happening where I'm seeing across a lot of industries and a lot of different types of businesses, people feel like their revenue has either plateaued at best or it's starting to go backwards at worst. But that's not true for everybody. Some of my clients are seeing growth. My business has more than doubled this year. And so there are things that are working, even amidst the things that aren't working. Either way, anytime anyone comes to me and wants to scale their business, we have to break it down to, okay, what are the levers we can pull to scale this thing? Not what are all the things we can do. Run webinars, run paid ads, use this closing technique, shift to TikTok instead of Instagram. Like, those are tactics. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about high level. Every single business, in my opinion, has only 3 levers you can pull, right? 3 knobs you can dial, 3 things you can effectively do to grow the business, right? Let's think about it. Lever number 1 is get more leads. Whatever you're doing in your business, however, let's say you're making $50,000 a year, right? You have something in place. You have an offer and you're selling it to certain people, and you have a sales mechanism in place to sell that offer. Well, if you just got more leads, you could make more money. Literally, like if you double the amount of people seeing your offer at your conversion rates with what you sell, at the price you sell it, you could double your revenue just by doubling your leads. So getting more leads is a legitimate lever to pull. And that's why I'm so bullish on YouTube and content. That's why people like paid ads. Whatever your tool is of choice, getting in front of more people grows your business. So I think that makes sense. That's one of the levers you can pull and should pull. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't do this. I'm saying you should do all this. But that's not the first lever you should pull. In fact, it's not the most powerful lever you can pull. The second lever to growing your business is increase your conversion rate. So let's say you're getting 100 leads a month and converting, I don't know, half of them into a purchase. That would be amazing. Half of them become a customer. So you get 50 customers out of those 100, let's just say, for easy math. Well, if you could increase your conversion rates, so instead of getting 50 of those 100 leads to buy your thing, you now got 60 of them or 75 of them. If you could increase your conversion rate, you make more money off the same number of leads, right? And how do we do this? This is messaging. This is sales copy. This is the selling environment. This is the quality of the leads, or maybe how you even nurture those leads. However you like to do it, and again, there's a lot of ways to do it, you can increase your conversion rate of those leads. That's another lever you can pull, and a great lever to pull, right? If you already have a certain number of leads coming in, can we optimize the headline, the messaging, the funnel, the follow-up, the automations, the selling environment, whatever it is, to take those same 100 people and turn a few more of them into customers? They're already seeing it. How can we turn more of them into customers? This is why getting better at selling, getting better at writing sales copy, getting better at understanding your avatar at the end of the day is what it means. It helps you improve your sales process, helps you make more money. So those are 2 great levers. Get more leads and increase conversions. You know what's funny to me is that those are the 2 levers that everybody wants to pull. Graham, how do I get more people to see my thing? Graham, how do I optimize my sales page to convert more people? What should my uh, DM my Instagram like bio be to convert more people into customers? Is there an automation I can use to get more of those people into becoming a customer? What's the best way to sell? How do I do a joint venture and get in front of more people? And again, these are all great things. These are two powerful levers that everyone has at their disposal, and you should always try to pull all three of these levers. But do you know that there is a third lever to make more money in your business? One that I don't know why people don't talk about nearly enough. One that could literally double your revenue overnight. It's simpler than getting more leads. It's easier than increasing your conversion rate. Takes no work. And you could do it today. Do you know what that is? Lever number 3 to scaling your business: raise your prices. Just raise your prices. Just charge more money for the thing that you're selling. Have you ever considered that? Like, seriously, have you ever considered it? Or did you just arrive at a price for your offer and leave it there? First of all, how did you even arrive at that price for your offer, by the way? This is a great question to ask. I ask my clients this all the time. Okay, so you charge $497 for that course. How did you come up with that price? Why $497? Well, because that's what someone else in my industry is charging for their course that's kind of similar. Or it's a little bit less than what most people are charging, or it's a little bit more. So we base our prices off of what other people charge. And then we either copy it or go a little bit above because we think we're a little bit better, or go a little bit under because we think we're not as good and we want to undercut them a little bit. Okay? Really bad idea. What other people charge for the thing has little to nothing to do with what you should charge. Okay? So maybe that's where you got your price. Maybe it's because you asked ChatGPT or some other AI platform for what are the best practices. What are people, like, you're literally just asking it to tell you what to price it. What does Chat know? Like, literally, what does it matter? Chat is just going to look at what other people are doing and feed you that information. It's going to synthesize and say, well, most people charge X. So then you're just right back at strategy 1, which is what are they charging, right? So what is that? That's not a great way to come up with your price. Is it because you just feel like it's a safe number to charge until you become more credible? Is it because you think in your industry that's what you're supposed to charge? Is it because of the format of the thing? Well, most courses go for this price, or most one-on-one coaching is this price per hour. Like, where did you come up with your price? I promise you're probably coming up with it in the wrong way. And then, even if you felt like you had a good price for a good reason, why haven't you increased it? Everyone else is increasing their price. Does Netflix still cost $5 or whatever it did back in the day? No. Do avocados and eggs still cost what they cost 10 years ago? No. Does that house that you're renting or that you bought, does it go for the same amount it did 10 years ago? No. What about your iPhone, the latest iPhone? Like, everything is getting more expensive just by virtue of something called inflation, because as they continue to print money, do you know how this works? Our governments continue to create more money, which is all fake, by the way. And the more they flood the world with money, the less valuable it becomes because of supply and demand. When there's a lot of something, it's not worth as much. When there's less of something, it's worth more. So if there's a lot of dollars in the US floating around, they're not worth as much, which makes things get more expensive because the dollars aren't worth as much. It's called inflation. On average, things are going up by 3% a year. On average, it's been really high the last few years since COVID. So even if nothing gets better, things are getting more expensive at least by 3% a year. Milk, gasoline, tennis shoes, socks, deodorant. Why in the world have you not increased your prices at least by 3% a year just to keep up with inflation? That doesn't even make any sense. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm going to go out on a limb here because I get to see people's offers as a coach. I get a cool vantage point. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I'm 90% confident that you are undercharging. There's 10% of those listening to this right now that are actually charging what they should be charging. But I'm going to say 90% with confidence that you are way undercharging. And yet, it's one of the 3 levers you could pull to increase your revenue. Oh, I'm not making enough. I'm not hitting my goals. Business is down. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're discounting your prices. You're actually running more flash sales, or like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're like, maybe I need to discount my already low price to grow my business. How is discounting going to make you more money? Tell me, where does that logic even make sense? It doesn't. The moment you discount, you now need a higher volume of sales. So now you're putting more pressure on both lever 1 and lever 2. You need more leads and you need to convert higher. Now, it helps sometimes to have a discounted price with conversion a little bit. They can be related. Sales do work. There is sales psychology. Oh, this is on sale. That can increase conversions. But unless you really increase lever 1, which is get more leads, the increased conversion you get by reducing your price becomes a wash. You make the same amount of money. You make more sales, but you get paid less for every sale. It's a wash. You're literally just treading water. You're going sideways. You're not getting ahead. So it doesn't make sense. In fact, it creates a whole lot of other problems when you have this race to the bottom. Lower priced offers attract lower quality clients and customers. I don't know how else to say this, but the people who pay the least demand the most and complain the most. The people who pay the most never complain and never demand. And this is coming from a guy who has sold $17 courses and $100,000 offers and everything in between. I've seen it all. I've been doing this for 16 years. I've seen it all. With hobbyists and business to business, I've seen it all. And I can tell you the people who pay the least demand the most, complain the most. Not all of them. There's some decent people, but you attract a certain type of customer, which makes it harder for you to do business, higher customer service, hassles. Why would you do this? So, okay, I'm beating this into your head because raising your prices is the smartest, easiest, most effortless, most instant thing you could do to double your business. And you don't need more traffic. You don't care about the algorithms. You don't need to have a better sales funnel, better sales copy. You don't need to worry about conversion rates. This is the most obvious lever to pull, and nobody's pulling it. It drives me crazy. That's why I have to do an entire episode on this. Okay, so let me show you this math. This is so powerful. All right. I don't know what your offer price is. I don't know what your conversion rates are, but let's start with whatever it is. All we can do is based off of what you're already doing. So let's imagine whatever you sell, your main thing. Let's say you decided to do something crazy, which actually isn't that crazy, and 4x the price. 4x the price. What? Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. There are no pricing police that are going to come after you. Okay? Let's say you're selling a thing for $500. It's your signature course. It's the thing. You've put everything into this program, right? And it's $500. Well, why not make it a $2,000 course? Well, Graham, fewer people are going to buy it. Yeah, probably. But let's say your conversion rate dropped in half. So let's say, for example, you're selling 10 of these a month. 10 $500 courses a month. You're making $5,000 a month, okay? And you've been doing this for a few months, so you know that's your typical month. Okay, so now Crazy Graham comes in and says, you're undercharging, pull the lever of raising your prices, you 4x your price, it's now a $2,000 course. Well, Graham, I don't think I'm going to sell 10. Well, first of all, you very well might sell 10. You might actually sell more because higher prices bring higher perceived value. People think you're better because your prices are higher. You might actually sell more. But I'm not even going to say that because your brain's going to be, I don't know. I don't think that's possible. So I'm not going to say you're going to sell more. I'm not even going to assume you're going to sell the same. Let's actually assume that your conversion rate plummets, and it plummets in half. So instead of selling 10, you only sell 5. Well, what is 5 times 2,000? $10,000. Wait a second. Are you saying, Graham, to me that I don't have to worry about increasing my leads? I don't have to increase the sales conversion on my sales page or optimize anything. I just 4x my price from $500 to $2,000 for the thing. Half the people buy it that would have bought it, but I still make double the amount of money I've been making. I go from 5K to 10K. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. This is very realistic. Let's go crazy. Let's say you 8x your price. You 8x your price. So instead of a $500 course, it is a $4,000 course. Okay? And maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't call it a course. I would call it a coaching program. And I would make it a group. And I would probably offer, I don't know, a group call a month, 2 group calls a month. I don't put these people in a group and just show up and do office hours, answer any questions they have about the program. It's just a better wrapper, just a better container for the really good information you have. Just saying, that was free. You now take the information in your $500 program and turn it into a $4,000 program. And let's say your conversion rate plummets even more. You have a 75% drop in conversion rates. So instead of selling 10, you're only selling 2.5. Only selling 2.5, but it's $4,000. Well, what is that? 2.5 of a $4,000 thing is $10,000. I doubled it then too, with only with a 75% drop in conversion rate. You can double it that way. This is crazy. Do you see what's happening here? Again, you don't have to 4x. You don't have to 8x. You could 2x, right? And keep your conversion rate the same. You could 2x and actually improve your conversion rate. There's something called price elasticity. Think of it as an elastic band that you say, well, the band is only so big. No, it's not. You can stretch it. It can get bigger. Now, there's a point at which that band snaps, but you'd be surprised how far you can stretch that puppy. And most of you are understretching. You're just too afraid. And we'll get into that in a second. But this is not theory. This is just math. And there's so many people out there scrambling to get more eyeballs and get more attention and to improve their funnel and to I got to do this kind of webinar and do this kind of thing, when they've never even considered just raising the price of their thing, creating a high ticket offer. Never even considered it, even though this is the fastest, simplest, and most likely thing to double. It's so boring, but it's scary for people. But here's what's possible for you. Let me give you an example. One of my clients, Joe, he's made a living selling $200 courses, $297, $397 courses. He's done this for a long time. And this year he was telling me, hey, sales are down. Like, I don't know what's going on, but sales are down. And I'm not doing anything different. And so he was actually losing money, not losing, but having to dip into savings for the first 3 months of the year just to keep their lifestyle going, right? Because they were used to a certain lifestyle because he'd done really, really well for a long time, but it wasn't working anymore. And this is what I'm seeing a lot of people do, especially if you're selling courses. It's just going to be harder and harder to sell courses with AI. I feel like that's the biggest thing eating up the course sales space. The value people put on courses is going down. So people are selling fewer and fewer courses. And this was Joe's experience. I said, Joe, you need to have some high ticket offers. I helped him craft 2, a $6,000 offer and a $15,000 offer. And just last month, Joe had a $60,000 month. $60,000 month. Okay? This is a guy who's been doing $25,000 a month consistently the last few years. Had a $60,000 month. A huge part of that was simply charging premium prices. He had a $6,000 offer and he has a $15,000 offer. He was able to replenish his savings and see like, oh my gosh, this stuff works. And here's what's crazy. Yes, he didn't sell as many of his $6,000 thing as he would selling a $297 thing. So the numbers look small. The numbers that don't matter, how many people bought it. The number that matters, how much revenue and profit did it bring in. That number is very big. That number made him happy. That showed him what's possible. And the people that are buying his $6,000 thing are so thankful. They're loving it, right? And he gets to work deeply with fewer people, help them get amazing results. and they're paying a premium for it, and they're loving it. This is the way, my friend. So the point is that raising your prices won't just double your revenue, because it absolutely can. It attracts better clients and creates more freedom for you. So when I say raise your prices, I can hear the buts coming. Like I could just hear them through the screen, through your brain, and it's okay. I understand, because I've gone through this journey myself. Again, I used to sell $17 things, $27 things, and then it was $97 things and $150 things and $397 things. And this was in the music space. And then I sold $3,000 things to musicians and $5,000 things to musicians. I'm like, oh my gosh, this works. And then in the business space, $500 courses, $12,000 things, $15,000 things, $20,000 things, $54,000 things, $100,000 things. Now I sell a $250,000 coaching day. It's a VIP day for $250,000. I've been on the journey too. So I know all the fears and all the beliefs. So let's talk about it. People say this makes sense for you and other people, but not for me. And there's 3 reasons why. Maybe you're feeling any one of these 3. Number 1 is I can't do it. I can't raise my prices. Maybe other people could. Maybe you could, Graham, but I can't raise my prices. And there's a lot of sub-reasons underneath this, right? But let's just, if you're feeling like I can't do that, well, hold the horses. You can do whatever you want. You just haven't decided to. Like literally, there's nothing stopping you. It's just a decision. There's no pricing police. I joke about this all the time. There's no pricing police saying, you can't charge that much. Yes, you can. All it is an offer, right? You put it out there. The market will tell you if they want to buy it or not. But here's the thing. You already know you can change your prices. You know how I know that? You know how you know that? If you've ever run a sale, if you've ever discounted your prices, you just changed them on a whim. Yeah, it was $500. Today it's $250. You didn't need permission to do that, and you don't need permission to go the other direction either. You're just scared. You're just scared. And there's a lot of reasons why you're scared. There's the 2 big reasons. Let's go into them. Number 1 is, who am I to raise my prices? I'm not credible enough to do that. I'm not at that level yet, Graham. I'm not an expert. I don't have that many logos on my name. I don't have that big of a following. I'm newer in my space, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If you're feeling that, I get it, you're human, but it shows that you don't understand offer creation. You don't understand why people buy things. And I mean that in the nicest way. I'm your coach. I want to help you. Every single week, I want to help you right on this show. People do not buy you. They're not paying for your time. They're not paying for your credibility or your expertise. They're paying for a result. They're paying for a result. They're paying for transformation. They're paying for an outcome. They're paying for a payoff. Let me ask you, have you ever been to the dentist? Like, tooth's hurting. You know, I need to go see the dentist, see what's going on, right? Ever like got a root canal? I've had 2 of those bad boys. I'm so grateful for that, right? Takes away the pain. Have you ever like been in the dentist and asked to see their diploma? Hey, doc, can I see where you went to school? Did you go to dentist school? Can you show me that degree? Have you ever asked to see that? Probably not. I've never met anyone who has. So why do you pay them or let your insurance pay them? Because you trust they can get you a result. Like that is the credibility. That's all that matters to you is like you help people, you get rid of tooth pain. Great. I'm in. How much does that cost? Right? You cut your hand on some glass and you go to the ER. You don't say, hey, doc, before I consider hiring you, can I see your medical degree to see where you went to school? No, nobody cares where you went to school. If you don't care where a doctor goes to school, right? Nobody cares where you went to school. Nobody cares where you got a coaching certification. Nobody cares if you have a coaching certification. Nobody cares. They don't care about you. That's not what the cost of the offer has anything to do with. It's not reflective of you. If your pricing bases off of that, you're misled. That's not how you price. You price off of the result. So your confidence shouldn't come from or be tied to your ego. Confidence comes with clarity around what you actually do. Selling is not about what you're worth. It's about what the result you give is worth to the person buying it. That's it. That's it. And most of you are undercharging for the transformation you give. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. In any industry, you're undercharging. You're thinking about like, well, a course should cost $200. I get it. And I used to think this way. But I've shifted how I think about this because I'm like, wait a second. It's not, the price shouldn't be based off of the format of the thing. The price should be based off the transformation you give. The moment you make that change, the moment it works. That's what I've done. My business has more than doubled in the last 3 months. You know how? I raised my prices. I said, enough's enough. We're just going to go up because the transformation I give is worth so much to people. And so is yours in every single industry. Okay, so if you feel like you're not credible, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the result. And here is the third thing. You might be thinking this: no one will pay me that much. No one will pay anyone that much. It's just this. It's beyond what people will pay. I was in my running my 10K offer challenge a few weeks back, and one of the attendees said something like this. He helps parents of college students, college athletes. He helps those athletes like get a mental edge, like become high performers, right? And so he said, I feel bad charging a lot for what I do because these parents are already paying a lot for their kids to go to a good school, and it's like this on top of that. I said, Joel, stop. Stop spending other people's money. Stop spending other people's money. It's not your decision. It's their decision. The moment you say no one will pay this much, you're deciding for everyone. That's how rude of you. How selfish of you. Why would you do that? Sure, there are going to be some people that say, I'm not going to pay Graham $250,000. Sure. But there are other people that are like, yeah, that makes sense. He can help me make a few extra million a year in my business. That actually makes sense to me. You don't need everyone to buy. We talked about the math. Your conversion rate could plummet 50%. It could drop in half. It could drop 75%. But if you price high enough, you still double your income overnight. I can't think of anything else that does this. So you don't need everyone to buy. In fact, most people won't. But some people absolutely will. And there are people in every industry who not only have the ability to pay a lot of money, but the desire. That's crazy. They actually want to pay a lot of money. That's premium buyers. High-ticket buyers exist in every single market. I've sold to them as musicians. I've sold to them as people who want to start a business. Every single market, there are high-ticket buyers. And they want to pay a fee, a premium fee, because they want premium experience, and they want to work with the best. And the moment you charge what you're charging now, these low prices, you signal to those buyers, you're not the best. I don't want to work with this person. I know a guy who had an opportunity to pitch his services to one of the top, it was either Google or Microsoft, somebody, one of those big tech companies. And the offer he pitched was a $15,000 offer. He had to bid like other people, and he got turned down, not because he wasn't good, not because he didn't have great results for other people, because this company said, ooh, I thought it should have been $150,000. And when he bid $15,000, there's no way he could be good. Right. Like, I know it's an example to a business, but do you understand, like, that represents a premium buyer who doesn't want the cheapest person. That's a turnoff to them. That's a literal turnoff to them. So you're not trying to attract everyone. So stop assuming what everyone else is going to spend. Stop spending their money for them and say, no, there are somebody in my world right now who will pay these prices. And there is in every single market. I see it all the time. All my clients, they're building high ticket offers in every single industry. This is something I can literally help you do in my 10K offer challenge. It's happening next week, by the way. Click the link below or go to 10kofferchallenge.com. Get your ticket and get a VIP ticket before they're gone. Those sell out. General admission, anybody can come, but VIP tickets sell out. That way you can come an hour earlier each day and get live coaching with me, group coaching. I can literally help you design your offer. But in 5 days, we design your high ticket offer. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever you want to charge. We help you design it, price it, package it, know how to sell it without having to do sales calls or any of that stuff. Like I teach you how to craft an irresistible high ticket offer. Pricing psychology, offer creation psychology, selling psychology. We cover a lot. Just come. It's happening next week. Or if you're watching this after the fact, click the link to get the ticket for the next upcoming challenge. It's the best thing I do all week. It's the most fun I have all month, I should say. Come. It's live. I'll coach you live. But this is what I can help you do. My client base has dropped as I've massively increased my prices, but my profit has doubled, more than doubled. And the results I'm getting from my clients is improving, and their satisfaction is improving, and I'm having more fun. You should do the same. You can do this in every single industry. So you have 3 levers in front of you, my friend. You want to scale. Stop worrying about getting more leads. Stop worrying about converting those leads better. Those are great levers to pull after you pull the most obvious, simplest one, but it's the one you're scared to do. It's the one that you and most people have the most limiting beliefs and weird stories and false narratives around. In fact, it's almost easier to try and get more people to look at your content, tweak the sales copy on your page or your funnel. That's actually way easier to do than pull up your big boy or big girl pants and say, I'm 5Xing my prices. I'm doubling my prices. I'm 10Xing my prices. Whew. But that's the actual easiest thing to do, and the one that's actually guaranteed to work for you. That's what's crazy. It's available to you. And when you raise your prices, here's what happens. You get more freedom because now you don't need as many customers or leads. You're working less to serve those fewer customers. Your stress goes down. Who cares about the algorithm? Also, you're not getting as many email opt-ins. Who cares? You don't need that many. And you get more impact. You actually get to help your clients get results better and faster, which is great in a world where we can become very detached from our clients because of the nature of automation and funnels and content and passive income. So friend, you don't need more offers. You don't need to pump out more content. You don't need more complexity in your business. All you need to double your business is one beautifully crafted and high-priced offer. You price it right. You design it so it's irresistible to your target avatar. You could double your business overnight. And that's exactly what I help my clients do in the 10K Offer Challenge. It's a live 5-day coaching experience with me. I put this entire event together because this is the path. This is the fastest path. Within the challenge, I have people who have never, ever charged anything more than $100 go from charging $100 to charging $40,000 for something and selling it, like actually closing it that week in the challenge. How many $100 things would you have to sell to make $40,000 versus just coming up with a $40,000 offer and actually selling it to one person? I'm telling you, it's a transformative week. It'll change your business, but even bigger, it'll change your belief in yourself, your confidence, change your life. You should come. I don't even know how else to say it. Come, get a VIP ticket so you can work closely with me at a fraction of what I charge my private clients. I've made this very accessible, and it's transforming people. Just go watch the testimonials on the page, check it out, see if it's a fit for you. It's going to be the most transformative week of your year. I guarantee it. 10kofferchallenge.com, or click the link in the show notes. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or in the description below this YouTube video, I'll help you step-by-step craft your $5,000 to $20,000 to $40,000 plus offer. And if you're ready to double your revenue without doubling your hours, come to the challenge. It'll work. I'm here to serve you. I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has encouraged you. And if you're watching on YouTube, I honestly want to know in a comment below, after you sign up for the challenge, because I want you to come and grab a VIP ticket before they're gone, comment below if you're going to raise your prices. Just put raise your prices in a comment below. This is to let me know that you're going to pull that lever. I believe in you. I know it's scary. Trust me, I'm a human being too, and I want people to like me and buy my things too. But I wouldn't tell you this if it weren't what I'm doing, if it weren't what I'm coaching my premium clients to do, and if it weren't what I think is necessary to survive in this industry moving forward. So come join me, my friend. Let's raise your prices. Once you've done that, then yeah, you can pull the other levers. But let's do the most important, most easy, simplest, and most boring lever of all. Let's raise those prices and double your business. I'll see you on another episode real soon.